In Next.js projects, if we go to a page that doesn't exist, by default, we get this 404 page, but we can always customize it. Let me show you how. So back to our app folder. Here we have another special file that Next.js router looks for. That is the not found file. So let's add a new file called not-found.tsx. Here we create and export a React component that will be rendered if the user goes to a page that doesn't exist. So let's call this not found page. And here we can change the message to the request.page doesn't exist. With that, we get our custom message. Beautiful. But we can also create custom not found pages for different parts of our application. For example, if we try to look at a user that doesn't exist, perhaps we don't want to show this message. We want to show a different page where we say the given user does not exist. Let's see how we can do that. So earlier, we built a page at this endpoint, users/1. Now, in a real application, here we have to fetch the user by this ID, but I don't want to get distracted by that. So let's make up a rule and say if the ID is greater than 10, the user doesn't exist. So let's go to the user detail page. All right, it's down here where we have the ID parameter. So here we check if ID is greater than 10. Here we call the not found function that is defined in next/navigation package. With that, if we go to users/11, we get redirected to our general purpose not found page. But now we want to create a custom not found page for this endpoint. To do that, we go in this folder, the ID folder, and add a new file called not-found.tsx. So this is the page that will be rendered if we go to this endpoint. And this is the page that will be rendered if the given user doesn't exist, okay? So let's create a component and call this user not found page. And here we can say this user doesn't exist. Now we see this custom error message as opposed to a general error message if we go to a page that doesn't exist.